if you've been following my stuff for a while, I posted a few videos about how gnarly the storms were last December. And this is my first time going into the brook to go see the damage from the storm and see what it did to the habitat. I mean, it was a gnarly storm, completely wrecked this road. You can probably pan around and see all the debris and stuff left over. Some of that stuff is fill left over, but it's also stuff they condensed from, the storm. But this was a really great section for me most of my life fishing, and I have a lot of attachment to this brook in particular because this is where I learned how to fly fish. So I'm just going out there with, my bass rod. It doesn't really matter because I'm not really going to catch, anything of size. And I just need something that's a little shorter to get around the bushes. I used to have a dedicated rod for this brook that was like 5'8", and it was perfect. But I snapped it, and it wasn't a warranted rod, so I got to get another one eventually. But I'm just gonna ride this Royal Wolf, and if I lose anything, I have my beautiful brook trout box that I made, that I bought, and with some flies I made for this brook in particular. This is my brook box. All right, let's see how it goes inside of there. There's definitely a lot of damage in here. This definitely wasn't like that before. I'm pretty sure this was the old good-sized pool that's all filled in now. I'm gonna see if I can catch anything out of it. You can see all this cobble in here that usually wasn't there. I mean, it probably was there underneath with all the stuff growing on it. But the brook took a real beating. Got my first couple whacks. I'm gonna wait a second. There's two in here. Well, he probably got enough of the hook to put him down. I'm trying again. I'm sweating pretty good out here. It's fairly warm, but the water temperature is still in the 60s, maybe even 50s. It's still very cold. Well, I tried a little more, but no go on the fish. So I'm going to another hole. I'm going to go to another hole. But it's good to know that at least something survived, because these things are usually extremely aggressive. I fish them and I pop dry flies and they come and whack them. I don't find a dead drift works very well on these. They want the action. So, but at least there's a couple alive in there. He's gone. Excellent. This was one of the biggest holes in the brook, and it had some of the best fish in it. You know, it was a pretty good sized one. But over the past couple of years, this brook has just taken a severe beating, and it's just, I don't know if it's ever going to be the same. Maybe in a couple hundred years it'll get back. But I'm going to try to get another one of these. Finally. Oh, gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Ooh. Well, there you go. That's the reason why I brought him over the water. I don't usually use a net when I'm in here, specifically because most of them are too small, and I use a rubber bag net to protect them, and they just slide right through the rings. I've had a couple comments on other small stream things about not using a net in here, and it's just not practical, and it makes it way worse on the fish because they just go right through the net anyways. This entire spot was all covered in moss before the storm, and now it's like extremely clean. Like this whole bridge right here was all moss too. It just took such a beating, but it looks pretty now. This bridge looks a lot nicer. But the overwhelming majority of the habitat that was good in here is just beat. I'm gonna go check out some other sections further up, but I'm gonna probably do that a little later in the day. But this was the real prime section of this brook, and it's cooked. The beginning of a few chanterelles. I'm gonna go check out my spot. Couple more chanterelles. Nice. Well, I caught one in there. I had another one on. Well, when I drop one right as I'm going to grab it, I usually count them as catches too. So I caught two, but it was a mess in there. Really bad. I don't know how long it's going to take for this brook to normalize. But oh well, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you could subscribe, it'd be great for me because I'm getting fairly large amounts of views on my videos, and I haven't reached my 1,000 mark yet, which is pretty important in the world of YouTube. So if you could help me get to that 1,000, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful day.